guys, I'm Bobby. This is my 1970 RS Camaro. I am a Purple Heart recipient, which gets me a lot of special stuff here and there. I don't like to talk about that, but they're prodding me into it. I did take an IED in Afghanistan. I was blown up, big explosion. You can see I'm standing here today, got all my limbs, and I'm still currently active duty Army with about 17 more months to retirement. Little backstory of this car came from Atlanta. I grew up holding a flashlight in the garage with Dad building cars, so you kind of know how that goes. This was always the car I wanted, was a 70 model split bumper Camaro. I started off with 3rd, 4th, and had 5th gen Camaros, LS cars, billet cars, 1st gen Camaros. Never had a 2nd gen, and this was the car I always wanted. A term I don't like, barn find, but it was a garage find buried in boxes and all kinds of other couches and stuff all piled on it. 3 years from then to now, this is what you get. '70 Camaro, it's a factory RS car. It is badged as such RS. It is not badged as an SS or a Z28 because I can't document that it is in fact an SS or an RS car. So it is not badged as such. I'm not a fan of badging cars that are not what they are or can be documented. This car started life as a small block automatic car. It was a 350 automatic car. When I got the car, it had a 402 big block in it with an automatic. That big block went to higher heavens, and it now has a built 383 stroker in it. It is a documented 500 plus horse 383. It's a Brodix aluminum heads, 750 Demon Carburator, all polished aluminum water pump. It is the factory 8.5 10 bolt. Has been rebuilt, all brand new seals. It has a Eaton Posi unit in it with 373 gears, so it's fairly strong. The whole front suspension's been rebuilt. It's all upper and lower tubular control arms, CPP control arms, all QA1 Coil Over adjustable shocks. The rear is stock as of right now. I got some Cowl tracks at home. They haven't made it on. That's a winter project, so we'll get into that this winter. All the lighting's been upgraded. It's all LED lights, headlights, tail lights, side markers are all LEDs. And anybody that knows Camaro, cowl hood was not factory on these cars. These cars did not come with a cowl hood from the factory. This was been an addition for the years and years of hot rodding. They just kind of became factory, but these cars came with a flat hood on them. So as far as split bumpers confirmed, there's a lot of people out there that are 2nd gen fanatics that are, we call them the split bumper police. As you see, this is a factory RS car, so it is a factory split bumper. As you can see, the 2 bumperettes, and that's what it is. The other known fact for a split bumper is the RS package, which is these round parking lights instead of the long shaped lights up underneath. A lot of people will do that conversion because they like the split bumper look, but this RS was the only car with split bumpers, and it has these parking lights. That's the way to tell a true RS car. This car, when I first got it, I went with a 20-inch, 18-inch staggered package on it. Great torque thrust, it looked fine. I loved it with the 20s and 18s. Wasn't the look I liked. I'm a classic hot rod guy, so I went with the 15 polished torque thrust. I like the 15s with the 4 skinnies on the front, the 4 inches on the front. That's just my personal preference. Like I said, it looked good with the 20s and 18s package on it, but I just like the classic 15-inch wheel look. My car is actually all original sheet metal. That can be confirmed. No body panels in this car have been replaced. What you see other than the hood came on this car when it was built. It is a Van Nuys built car, so it was built in California. Every body panel on this car minus the hood came from California with this car in 1970. We've learned a lot. Like I said, this car is a 70, so it is a lot of 1 year only pieces on this car that cannot be found on any other year Camaro. Even though 70, 71, 2, and 3 are the same body style, there is little differences between a 70 and a 71. Just for example, the seats, we talked about the seats being 1 year only. That was the only year for these seats. They only came in the 70 model. This hood badge for 1970 is the chrome with the C like it sits. That is a 70 only front hood badge. That's another way if you're kind of walking around car shows to tell what your car is if you know Camaros. There is some other little 70 issues that I found out with building this car. There's some little nuances here and there. A lot of first gen Camaro parts will fit on here. A lot won't. It has been fun trying to figure out what's what. This car was a factory non-power steering, non-power brake car. I have since converted it to power brakes and power steering. Along that route, there is some things that we found out you have to change that's different from, let's say, a non-power steering car will accept a first gen gearbox, power steering box, but the drag link, the center link, is different, power steering and non-power steering. So that's things we had to figure out along the way with changing stuff around on this car. But everything from the windshield up to the front has been completely rebuilt on this car. And then from the rear end back has been rebuilt. A lot of people will notice that these stripes don't go all the way up. These stripes are supposed to come here, so whoever repainted this car didn't continue the stripes all the way down like it should have been. That's just things that'll get fixed when the car gets painted, if it gets painted. There again, this car is for sale, so if somebody else would like to take this project over and paint it whatever color they dream of, they can do that. I do have the short spoiler, like I said. That's going to get changed with the paint. I can't change it now because the tall spoiler comes down to quarter panels, and then it needs to be painted before the short spoiler goes on. If I do ever paint this car, it will come back Hugger orange, but with white stripes. I'm a fan of Hugger orange with white stripes. There again, I'm not a Vols fan with orange and white stuff, but I like the white stripes on this color. That's just me. But I drive the car. I drive it every day, every chance I get. I drive it to work. I drive it to the store. I drive it as much as I can, so paint's not really an issue for me because it's going to get road chips and everything else anyway. Brake package is pretty much stock. It's front wheel disc, rear drums. They're all brand new. The rear drums were rebuilt when the rear end was rebuilt. Standard rotor size, all brand new calipers, pads, everything. Like I said, everything from the front windshield forward has been rebuilt on this car. I only have a few stores I order for on Camaros. I know this video is going to go on a C10 site, so this is going to be new for everybody, and they'll probably be laughing like, we don't care about original stuff. But for the Camaro guys, we like to keep things original. Not so much everything, but a lot of things we do keep original. So when this car, the underneath was being built, I stuck to that. Like I said, you know, with the replacement of the front suspension, it's not original, but it dang sure rides better with, you know, adjustable coil overs and tubular control arms. It handles way better. So I'll take the hit from the purist all day long on that. I'm not sweating that. Short of that, everything else was rebuilt. You know, the gas tank's all new. It's original gas tank location, no fuel cells here, none of that. I've tried to keep everything on the outside that's visible original. Sound system, it's got an aftermarket radio in it. I did put the kick panels in it with the speakers in them. Right now, I just changed the windshield with the antenna embedded in it. So I got to pull the console and hook the antenna up to the radio. I haven't done that yet. So right now I have no radio, but it's still factory, the one 4x10 in the center of the dash, and that's it, other than the kick panels I put in just because I like to hear a little bit of radio. It does have a tape deck in it, but I don't have any tapes anymore, so if anybody's got cassette tapes, send them my way. 80s hair bands. I trust mechanical gauges a lot better than I do digital wire stuff. So I put all autometer Phantom mechanical gauges in it. That's just what I prefer. It's got heat, no air conditioning. It's a factory non-AC car. So I'm not changing the dash and all of that to put AC in it. Nor do I care for vintage air. That's just me. I'm not a vintage air type fan. I'm still young, so heat don't bother me, and I'll drive it in 100-degree heat and just sweat to death. I'm good with no air conditioner. This car started life in a bad situation. when I got it, but it's came to where it's at now. And like I said, there's some things to finish up, but we'll get there. And anybody that builds cars, trucks, or whatever you have knows it takes a while and a lot of money. No, they're never done. There's a billion other things I could do to this car that I would like to do, but I don't want to piss off the purist. And we'll see what the next build's going to be. Who knows? It's whatever catches my eye when it does. I might be in the mood. Somebody with a Saturn may want to trade tomorrow, and I might be in building Saturns. Who knows? But like I said, if somebody was to make an offer and buy it today, it can be theirs today for the low price. Short of that, I'll continue to build it, and then we'll continue to move on, and I'll change some things and do some things. But as I do that, price goes up. That's the car in a nutshell.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you liked today's video, make sure that you hit the like button before you leave. Also, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. And P.S. Bobby's serious about selling this, so if you're interested, let us know down below.